the hell is going on in the world? What was that? Wait, did you all see that? What was that? This is some trippy world generation. Anyway, today I'm going to be going over a few fun projects. I'm going to be going over 3 fun projects that you can build in your Minecraft world that, in my opinion, are really fun to build and also make your world better, especially if you have a forever world. And the first one you've probably seen in the thumbnail I'm going to start with is Sky Island. Now, these are tips for survival, but you can do these in creative as well. And first of all, the Sky Island, you can link it up in various ways. You can probably have a elevator, a water elevator, but I linked mine up with this minecart system. And the way I built all the way up there, I think I used some scaffolding, or I just built up with some dirt. And then I started building in the air and then got rid of all the dirt that went downwards. But basically, the Sky Island is a really fun thing. I've not seen really too many people do. I've not seen anyone do this, to be honest. But I'm sure people do build Sky Islands. It's just really fun because you can then expand it, and so you can have multiple islands. So you can have one in the distance, and then you can then, figure out how do I make it so that you can get to the other island easily. Basically, you can obviously just build bridges. You can link them up with minecarts. You can just use ender pearls to teleport back and forth. So I think it's a really fun concept, and the bonus is that you can just look down on your world, which is really cool. I don't have much in mine. I just have some trees. I have this nice house and a cow farm, a wheat farm. You can basically live off this place essentially. And then you've got a water stream going down there we can just jump off, so you don't have to take the minecart down back there. But I've only really done this so far, so I haven't got I haven't expanded this. I haven't built more Sky Islands, but that's the plan essentially. You can build multiple Sky Islands, and also you can even build Sky Villages. You can bring villagers up with minecarts from your village, and then you can build Sky Villages, and I just think that's a really cool idea. And it's very fun to build this kind of stuff. It doesn't take too long. It doesn't take as long as you'd think. But also it kind of does take a while. Even to build this small island, it took quite a bit of time, especially because it's 3 layers. Now that being said, you don't have to make it 3 layers. I just think it looks more realistic. It just looks a bit better, especially when you're looking at it from an angle. But either way, there's various ways you can link up the islands. There's various ways you can reach the island, and this is the way I go back down, just like that. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about, the next project that I think you should start in your Minecraft world, this would be, and this is something that's quite underrated, quite something that people don't really do anymore in Minecraft, and I think that you're missing out if you're not adding this into your Minecraft world, and this would be some sort of a railway system. So it could be underground or above ground. I'm currently constructing my underground railway system, but I'll show you what I've got so far above ground. Now this is still a work in progress, but right now I've just got this railway that goes to a different town, a different city, whatever you want to call it. However, I obviously have plans to add more towns, to create more towns, and essentially have a whole railway system going to different towns. But right now this goes to the glowstone town, and then you've got this little tiny train station, I guess you could call it. Then over here I've started to place a few rails that will then lead to something else hopefully in the future when I build something new. Right now I'm still working on the current towns and whatnot. I don't want to just have a ton of unfinished projects. And then you've got a cat over there. But we'll go back to the town, and as I'm going to explain why I use minecarts. The thing is, minecarts are quite slow, but the advantage of minecarts is that you don't have to do anything when you're on them. So you can get on a minecart, press a button, and then you can essentially be AFK. You can drink some water, you can just relax. You don't have to hold W or press on your analog stick. You can just sit back and just enjoy the scenery, the view, or again, drink some water, take a toilet break or something. You can literally do anything, do some stretching, whatever. It's nice that you don't have to press anything. It might just be me that I prefer that kind of method of traveling. When you're traveling so far, it kind of gets annoying to have to keep doing this, running and jumping. Boat on ice is probably a better method of travel just because it's so quick, but obviously you do still have to do it yourself, and it it's a bit annoying to build boats on ice. They don't look particularly good, but that's just me that doesn't like them. You can obviously use boats on ice. It's a superior method of travel. And of course you've got your elytra, which you can always use. But when I was talking about the underground system, if we go over here to the mine, you can have a little underground system. Now this is still a work in progress. I actually haven't got any railways or anything like that over here. But this is essentially what it would be like. It's like an underground system, and this goes incredibly far. Like, well, I wouldn't say incredibly. It's not gonna win any Minecraft world records or anything, but it is really pretty far. This one isn't very far. You can see where it ends, and same for that one. But this will lead to another village. It's a sky village that was actually naturally generated in my world, so I didn't create it myself. It was just in the sky a little bit. It was supposed to be on a mountain, I think, but the terrain generation messed it up. And I want to basically make it so that you can reach it through the underground system. So railways, in my opinion, they're really fun to create, they're really fun to look at, and they give you an excuse to build train stations and whatnot. Now, I probably don't have the best looking train station in Minecraft history. Probably one of the worst train stations I could have built. It's not even a train station, really. It's literally just some cobblestone covering train tracks or whatever. It's not really a train station, but look, it's something that I can improve over time. I'm actually working on a video on about improving different structures in my Minecraft world. One of them I will improve. It's going to be this one, because it's supposed to be a watchtower, but it's pretty useless and it looks terrible. Another one I'm supposed to improve, and I've actually already improved this. It's the barn. So this is the improvement for it. You can get a sneak peek for it, but what it looked like before was, you know, it was pretty barren. It was just literally the cobblestone walls. But anyway, I'm not going to spoil too much of anything else. However, I think maybe the train station is something that I could definitely improve at some point as well. Now, one last thing I wanted to add as well is in the nether. Now, this isn't necessarily a nether highway or anything like that. You can obviously have a nether highway, and I kind of do. I still, you know, it's not the best looking nether highway, but it works and it gets you to places. And again, I have a railway here as well, going to the desert, to the nether village. And when I said nether village, I'll show you what I mean. And this is actually the next point. It's colonizing the nether or the end. This is a huge, you know, these are huge projects that you can make, and they're really fun to make. You can actually build a nether village, which is what I'm planning to do. Again, it's still a work in progress. But, so if I actually can hit that lever, there we go. So if you hit the lever, it brings you down here. If you don't hit it, then it brings you to a different place. It brings you to like the desert sort of area, which is a different place in my world. But if you go over here, it's pretty barren. And by the way, I'm in peaceful mode right now, so I'm not going to get attacked or anything. But you know, I've basically deforested, I don't know what the right word is, but I've deforested this area basically, and a little bit I've started doing that, and I want to actually build it out of these nether wood materials, you know, crimson planks, stuff like that, warped planks, and it's going to look pretty cool. It's going to be cool having villagers here. And if you are wondering, I think villagers can actually sleep in the nether. The beds don't blow up or anything, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see how we can protect them from enemies and whatnot. Because there's going to be ghasts and stuff when I'm not in peaceful mode. And I'm not just going to be always playing in peaceful mode. So yeah, but overall it is pretty fun. Now, it's probably going to send me with a minecart to the wrong place. So I'm going to try and... Alright. I think I managed to do that. Because otherwise it sends you to the back. Which is quite frustrating. But overall, there's a lot of projects that you can start in Minecraft, and I think these are really fun projects. They're not anything that it's not too complicated to start these projects. You know, anyone can do them, but I think it's really rewarding to start some of these projects. And if you have any ideas in the comments, let us know down below. Let everyone know down below what projects you're working on and what projects you think are good to work on. But yeah, hopefully the video was helpful or it was interesting to watch. So I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.